This video was produced to bring awareness to the Climate Change Risk Map Storyboard. This project sets out to discover what climate change will mean for us in Union Island. How will it affect us, and what we as Unionites can do about it? Climate change describes the changes in the average climatic conditions, such as temperature and rainfall.
May, June, July, we should have plenty heavy rain with thunder and lightning. And this route used to want to better than hide because you feel thunder with lightning.
Now, as we don't know when it's going to rain and when it's not going to rain, it's very difficult to predict. And so this change in our season, our wet and dry season, has to be attributed to something.
The climate models are showing that over the next 60 years, days will become hotter and drier. By 2080, the lowest average day temperature could be 29 degrees Celsius, or 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit, compared to today, which is just 26 degrees Celsius. This change could impact the health of humans, plants, and animals. By 2080, an average of just as little as 50 centimeters of rain could fall in a year. In 1994, building work started on a marina complex in Ashton Lagoon that was abandoned before completion. For many years, the foundation of the marina negatively impacted the natural flow and flushing of seawater through the lagoon, with negative consequences for the water quality and biodiversity. This kind of development can significantly bring negative environmental impacts and can also change the access and the livelihood options of local persons.
The mangrove is very, very useful in terms of livelihood on Union Island. It protects a lot of young marine life. Lobsters will come there, lay and make the young ones and leave them and go away. Now, because of the foot of the black mangrove, it's so entangled that the juvenile lobsters, juvenile fish, even sharks live within there and being protected from bigger prey.
It is important that we learn how to avoid overdevelopment and poor planning decisions that have raised conflicts and problems for local communities on other islands in the region.
They tend to lose this little island, especially Union Island, and up to the other islands in the Grenadines, if there are not much of a mechanism in place, or if they're not educating education awareness in schools, from primary schools up to the government level, where they understand the whole impact of climate change, we will not have a future.
Approximately 2,000 people live on Union Island. Ashton and Clifton are the largest settlements. But what level and type of development is best suited for our small island to support its population? Using local knowledge and personal experience, the evolution of the habitats were reimagined on Union Island to see what they might look like following two possible paths of continued tourism development. One path follows in the footsteps of other island destinations, with large tourism developments across the island, as well as a lot of new roads and a large marina. A goat population which remains unchecked, where their grazing destroys the undergrowth of the forests and shrubs. The other way is based on an ecotourism model, where there are still tourism developments, but these are at a smaller scale and cover less of the island's surface area.
I do think that nature-based tourism could work, because that is one of the main things that we have to offer here on Union Island in terms of marine life and forest life.
I think a good model is ecotourism. Commercial tourism might be a little too much for us, because in terms of impact, in terms of land space, in terms of what those type of tourists want. When you have small islands like this, people come for the beauty, they come for the nature, they do come for sea, sun, and sand, but they also come for those unique things. For example, just hanging out with somebody by their house and cooking wangu. That's food tourism. Union Island has a good food culture here. So why not have all those food lovers and food bloggers come to the island where they could cook wangu and fish and crab and things like that. So these are the ecotourism that you can invest in.
What other differences can you see? Drag the slider left to right. The left image is the development scenario with hotels, villas, and goats. The right side is the ecotourism scenario with smaller properties, trails, and footpaths.